Okay.
No, not yet. They said 1 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, I saw your video this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Howie trying to help.
Yeah. So I need a light switch, huh?
Yeah, I think yeah. So I have the same thing. I got a motion light, but every time you move, it adds more time. The only bad thing is it'll get up to like 4 hours, I think is the max. So then, by the end of the day, the lights will stay on for another 4 hours once you leave the shop.
Oh, mine's just a half an hour. But
okay.
But the problem is
you must have been asleep then.
No, it's down at the other end of the shop. It can't see me. So what I need to do is actually move it in the center of the ceiling so it can see both directions.
Oh, yeah.
I just haven't done that. I'm so used to what it does.
That was funny though, Chuck.
What, it shuts off?
Well, yeah, you were filming and the light shut off. That was funny. Well, this time I brought my iPad so I can see the chats that people are saying.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Good thinking. I already made us go live a little over a minute early.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I see that.
I might try to put it on. I've got a Roku out here. See if I can put it on my Roku. It's easier to mute the volume that way.
I have to be honest. I've got the ball game over your guy's head.
Oh. Well, here we go. I have to find my remote.
Yeah. Brady against what's his name? Brady against who the hell's the Green Bay guy?
Oh, Rogers.
Rogers.
Is this Phil Rogers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've pretty much given up on football.
I just kind of hoping Brady wins the whole thing. I think that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, when they can't stand for the anthem, that was it for me.
I agree.
Yeah, and then 3 hours to watch a 1 hour game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all right, good. I got it up on the Roku.
There you go. Harold, how you doing? You look busy.
I'm doing wonderful. I'm trying to keep up with the comments this time.
Yeah.
You need a secretary in there.
That's something, or brain anyway. Hello, John. Welcome.
Oh, I don't see comments.
All right.
Yeah, that's one bad thing about the Roku. You don't get any comments.
Huh.
And you can't leave any either. So, like if I'm watching in the house, I'll have my laptop so I can type comments, and then I'll be watching on the Roku on the big screen.
Now I see the comments, but I don't see you guys.
Well,
interesting. You guys still see me though, huh?
Yeah, we got you.
But you guys are ghosted behind. Interesting.
hey, there's Steve. No, that's not Steve. I'm sure that's usual. I'm old.
I can show you guys what I'm fiddling around with here today.
All right, we're ready. Show us.
Okay. All right. We're going to go mobile here. So hopefully you guys can see over here and I don't hit any buttons, but I'm trying to figure out. So I got a Bridgeport, and then I got this little horizontal mill, and I got this little shaper. And I'm trying to figure out how to fit everything in this little space here. So my dilemma is, can you guys see those blue tape marks on the floor? That's as far as I can go. Otherwise, I can't get my truck in here, my Bronco, because I keep it parked inside. So I've been trying to shuffle stuff around and trying to figure out how I can make these things fit and not have to move a tool to use a tool, which I hate having to do that. Yeah, so was kind of my project for today, is to shuffle that stuff around and see if I can figure out how to come up with a solution there. I was also, Chuck, you might be interested in this. So I was working on the plasma cutter yesterday, and I figured out what happened. So there's a ribbon cable that goes from this upper board here, and it goes to the power adjustment and also to the display. Because when I shot that last video, I couldn't get the display to work. But I figured, well, it still cuts. I can cut with it. But what was happening, because this ribbon cable was bad, it was only on low power. It was on the lowest power setting, and I couldn't tell that. And that's why I was just having a heck of a time trying to cut with it. So I've ordered a new cable. Should be here, next weekend. And I started a video on this already, so I'll be wrapping that up when the parts get here.
Hey, Dave.
Oh, thank goodness you shaved.
Not completely.
Hello, Stan.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good.
Here, let's put this on for you for a minute.
That's our new leadership.
There you go.
Nice. So, are you getting any rain down there, Stan?
I'm sorry, I was waiting for the keyboard. Say again?
Are you getting any rain down there?
Yeah, I got pounded yesterday pretty bad. Where are you?
We're in San Jose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just got a little bit on Friday, kind of on and off, and it's supposed to hit again today.
Yep.
Hey Chuck, hey,
Yeah.
thanks for that link to Ron Corvell. That was a good video. A little,
Wasn't that amazing? I've been
Yeah.
using those shears wrong my whole life.
yeah, that guy is unbelievable, the talent he's got.
Yeah. Now everybody I've sent it to go, I don't know how to use it like that. Jeez.
Yeah, yeah.
God damn it.
And I usually end up doing exactly what he was showing. When if you cut all the way until the snips get to the end, it leaves that little burr on every cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got camera 1 and camera 2 now. I can even run a full-on show from here, I think.
Nice.
Whoa.
Hey, look at that.
Okay, yeah, I can do fades and stuff. I got 8 channels, and I'm not afraid to use them.
Whoa.
Oh.
I guess you guys been keeping up with Keith Rucker and his attempt to cut some angled gears.
I haven't seen that yet. I saw he was making the change gears.
Yeah, he's getting a gear train and all that's set up to cut. What do you call the angled gears?
Bevel gears.
Yeah, it's heck being old. Every time I want to think of a word, I can't. It's gone. But I was watching Tom Lipton. He's got that servo motor set up to the little encoder off of his mill and hooked up to his rotary table. And I think that would be a easier shortcut to making those gears.
Tom's setup was pretty slick. I was pretty impressed with that.
Yep.
Rotary encoder on the table feed. The only thing you got to deal with is the backlash in the table. As long as you approach from the same direction, you'd be fine.
Yep. All you need is an Arduino to get in between the encoder and the servo, and by golly, now you can build any kind of a gear you want.
Right.
Yeah. Cloud 42 did
frowned
similar.
upon in the industrial world. They're for hobbyists.
Yeah, but I'm a hobbyist.
If he made, if he made a retail version of that electronically, where you could just do all your own mechanics and mount your own drive motors and everything, I think those would sell.
Oh yeah, Cloud's got.
If you had an encoder, if he would supply you with the encoder, the drive motor, and the actual driver that's driving that drive motor, and then you need some kind of interface, whether you plug it into a laptop and flash program it or whatever, some easy, intuitive interface there. I think those would make money.
Oh
That's
yeah.
That was slick.
Have you seen Cloud 42's electric lead screw? He runs the lead screw
No, I
off. He's running the lead screw off a servo, and he's using an encoder to keep track of everything. And he can cut any thread you want. Just dial it in on the little screen there on his Arduino. And he's been selling a bunch of those.
So he's got an encoder on the spindle then too, right? To keep track of where the spindle is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a heck of a job. It really it's first class.
Nice.
So yeah, the days of gears I think are starting to go away.
Yeah, Harold, what's ironic though is you're right. The days of the gears are going away, but all that indexing is so you can make gears. Isn't that ironic?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a circular reference, as they say, huh? That won't work in Excel. So
is somebody monitoring the comments on the live?
I'm trying to.
Okay, I'm not watching them. If something pops up, if someone's got a question for anybody here, throw up a question, and Harold's going to read them to us, and we're going to do our best to answer them.
I'm also trying to keep tabs on comments too.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Well, I mean, just call them out. I'm not watching comments at all, so I don't know. They're going to say, "Hey, Stan, you need a razor."
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought you didn't care, Stan.
I don't care. That's why I'm here with this. See, I don't care.
So I got to ask you, Stan, I've been wondering, where are you with your fence and gate project?
I'm done.
You're done?
Yeah.
Oh. Because I got to build new gates.
The back fence is done. I still got a wall on the side over on my west side I want to do. That's just a little 5-foot chain link. I'm going to get a block wall in there. And then we'll dig the moats and put in the gun towers.
I was going to ask you about that. You need to have a means to keep people out,
Well, people don't really beat down my door the way you think they do. Most of them only like me because I host the summer bash. I'm actually kind of an irritating guy.
So you sent me the link to the drone video footage, and it was filmed during Summer Bash.
Right.
And I noticed, obviously there's a lot of traffic, a lot of cars everywhere. How do your neighbors deal with all that traffic increase?
Well, they tolerate me. I'm pretty quiet 364 days a year. When somebody's fence blows over, I'm the first one there fixing it. When somebody's mailbox gets knocked off the post, I'm the guy going over there fixing it. I'm the neighborhood go-to guy for stuff around their house. So I don't mind doing it for my neighbors, and I take care of all my neighbors, and I am a thorn in their side one day a year, and they tolerate me.
Sounds familiar.
The lesson is be a good neighbor and build up the emotional credit. So if and when you need to cash out on that emotional credit.
I do need to cash out. Once a year, I need to cash out because a lot of people. The traffic is the big thing. It's tough.
Yeah.
Parking all these cars. Daniel K says, Stan, I would love to hear a quick overview of your career and how you got started in the industry. Wow. Okay. I'll go back. That's a good question. Daniel, I started off, this is back in the late 70s before there was such a thing as a work permit and such a thing as child labor laws. And I used to ride my Schwinn bicycle from high school because I was not old enough to drive yet to a sheet metal shop, and I learned precision from running a press brake and running a shear, and it was a very technical sheet metal shop, and I learned repeatability and precision from the guy over there. And I mean, back then, here's a 15-year-old kid running a 12-foot Cincinnati press brake. And, I learned how to run that. And it's what I paid for my first car with. By the time I was old enough to drive, I already had enough money collected to buy my first car. It was a 1970 Dodge Dart I bought with that money. And I still wish I had that car. That was actually a really cool car. It's a Dart Swinger. And I stayed in sheet metal for quite some time, and then after that, I joined a union as soon as I was 18. I lied about my age, and I got into the union hall, and I was down in the shipyards doing millwright work pretty quick, and it was paying good. It was unbelievable the amount of money. I lied about my age to get the job too, and they don't even check that stuff. They didn't even ask for an ID. I got into the union hall and had my union card, lied about my age, and got into a job. And by the time I was 19 and a half or 20, I had enough to put a down payment. I bought a condo, which is stupid that I bought a condo, and moved out of my mom's house. And it was millwrighting down in the Wilmington district, which is our harbor district. Doing pump work and shaft alignments and stuff like that down there. And I learned gearing, spur gears and belt drives and gear drives and chain drives and all the different drives down there. And it just keeps going from there. And I got into conveyor lines and spray booths and things like that out of there. Anyways, hope that answers your question, Daniel.
Well, Stan, just imagine if you didn't move out of your parents' house, just think of how many millions of dollars you would have by now.
If I didn't, I couldn't.
Live off of your parents.
I had to get out of there. I just.
With that first car,
I mean, admittedly, buying a condominium, not just renting, buying a condominium was a bad investment. But when you're barely 19 years old, and you don't know any better, and back at my mom's house, I had to mow the lawn and do all the things outside. But in a condominium, they take care of everything outside. You can do whatever you want inside. They take care of the landscaping. If it needs to be painted, they'll paint it. That was very appealing to me. I didn't want to have to do that because I just seemed like I spent my whole life doing gardening.
You're limited on shop space, though.
I did. I didn't have. Well, back then, I built my first sandrail out of there. I built a buggy in that garage. It had a 2-car garage. And
that's
so I built a sandrail in the one half of the garage. I would have to unplug the dryer it was an electric dryer. So I'd have to unplug the dryer so I could plug in my welder, so I could work, and try not to catch the clothes on fire that were over piled up next to the washer and dryer,
Yeah.
So yeah, I spent my time in a regular garage, sharing it with cars and everything else. So that was a good question. Thanks for popping that up.
Well, Al.
Hey, Al, you got something to show us?
Stan, Chuck, Yoko, and Dick. Let's go that way. I'm dressed for because I'm freezing in here. It's 25 outside, and it's getting up to about 58 in here. So I have to put my head. Once my head gets cold, I'm through. So I got my 1950s welding cap on. How you guys doing?
Good.
You want to do a show and tell Harold? Anybody know what a rod parter is? You ever see I got a new old stock. Put it closer to the camera here. New old stock. This is forged. It's from the 60s. I got it at an auction years ago, and I found it and pulled it out. I've been wanting to play around with it, and I recently get you guys over there. Zoom in. I recently made a base for it, so I can put it on my anvil or on the table. You guys hearing me okay? And
Yeah, they can hear you. I've got everybody
you
off
can
the
see it's
screen,
like
but
new.
you.
It came in a box and everything. And these sell on eBay for about $200-300 for old ones. And I bought it during 06 when we had the financial crash, 07, and everybody was selling everything for nothing. And I recently knurled the end of the handle. It's got a 2-piece handle here, and I knurled the end. But this thing will cut tool steel, anything that's not hardened. It'll cut stainless and 01 and everything, up to 3/8. They make them. This is a number 5. It's a Armstrong Williams. They make them for up to 5/8. But it's about 5 times the size of this one. But I made a base for it. I'll get a little closer so you guys can see it. I recently made a base for it. And zoom out. And I did a quick big weld on one of the holes and I messed up. But I could put this on the anvil or on my bench, and they're hard to find. Okay, where'd everybody go? I'm on the show by myself. Everyone can see you. All right. And last but not least, I have on my YouTube channel, I have a series of videos how I made a little bench anvil. Okay, it's pretty simple. I got it all the way from putting it together, and this base here, the middle part, this pyramid middle, is actually one of my welding students' all flux core weld deposit that he sawed through and threw it in a scrap, and I got permission to take it home and build a little anvil. And I have a series of videos on my YouTube channel how I built this and heat treated it. It's about 50 pounds. Okay, that's about it. Take her away, Coach.
All right. Thanks, Al. That was pretty cool.
Okay, guys.
All right.
So
What are you going to use that card for? On the property or at work?
Yeah, Woods
If you
Creek
heard me.
Workshop.
I'm sorry, what was that, Chuck?
I was asking Stan, the golf cart, is it for work or for around the property?
Oh, my golf cart.
Yeah.
I'm actually.
you don't golf.
Oh wait, let me find a picture of it. There it is. There's my cart right there. Let me turn off some of these cameras.
That thing's sweet.
I got that for both. I mean, I got it just for cruising around the ranch here and cruising around the neighborhood. And then, if you notice, I got a roof rack on it, so I can throw a ladder up there and some pipes up on top if I want to.
Oh, nice. I didn't catch
And
that.
then the back seat actually flips down and makes like a bed.
Okay.
So I can throw a little welder back there or a couple of my tool bags or whatever and rip around the job site. So it's dual purpose. It fits in my in the RZ trailer. It fits in my enclosed trailer, so I can get it out to the job site, no problem. The thing doesn't weigh nothing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Is
it's
it
like,
electric or is it the gas engine?
It's electric. I can't go inside some of these buildings with a gas motor, so it has to be electric.
that would have been handy at Gillig, right? I mean, that place was huge.
Oh my God! I put a pedometer on my phone just for the heck of it. I wanted to see how much I was really walking around that place. Chuck, just take a wild guess how many miles a day I was clocking at Gillig.
I'd say about 6, maybe 6, 7.
I was between 6 and 8 miles a day just walking.
Yeah. That place was huge.
Oh, it was massive. Yeah, they took up a whole city block,
Yeah.
and that doesn't include climbing ladders and going up to the roof. You know, there was only one roof access, and if you had to be at the opposite end of the building, you'd have to walk the full length of the building, climb the roof access, then walk all the way back on the roof the other direction.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I could have used a golf cart up on the roof.
Yeah.
You know,
There you go.
yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of walking there. It's a
Yeah.
cool place though.
Yeah.
I've been back since they've been in operation.
Uh-huh.
And it's pretty. They got a pretty streamlined setup there.
That
I
was
did some work at the Caterpillar, old Caterpillar plant building in Hayward many years ago, and they actually had bicycles up on the roof, so you could get around on the roof.
Oh yeah, I bet that would be handy. You know, I just and that or even I've been on some people's roofs. We do Remo, the drum company, the instrumental drum company, and they got a pretty big building over in Valencia. And you go up on the roof, and they've got these little red radio flyer wagons up on the roof. And you know, by the time you haul all your stuff up to the roof, you got your tool bag and maybe you're changing a motor or something, or changing belts, and put all your stuff in a wagon. Just seeing a wagon there is a godsend. You're like, oh, right, I don't have to haul it all the way across this roof. And just take your wagon over to where you're working and work, and then take it back. And then it just gets bungee cord to the ladder, the little loop on the ladder, so the wind doesn't blow it away, and just leave it up there.
That's funny.
I got to go with
Great.
I got to
I
go
love
with,
maintenance guys that got a brain. You know, the maintenance department over there is big, but they're inherently lazy. They don't do anything. You know, you go there to. No, they're all really cool guys, but they just don't do anything. You go up there and they go, "Hey, we got a problem with something here," and you go look at an air handler or some air makeup or something, and the belts are just shredded. You can tell they haven't been replaced in 20 years. And you're like, you just need belts, man. Aren't you guys maintenance?
Yeah.
Do that, they burn up the bearings, and you go look at them. They haven't been greased in years. They're dry as a bone. There's no evidence of them being greased at all. You know, they just run it till it dies. And then it's an emergency, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
when Ford
Been there many times.
I love that.
when Ford closed out of I think Fremont, when they stopped their whole production there, I got to go over there. I knew a guy that was running the project. 1 million square feet under one roof.
Amazing.
And it was empty. It was 1 million square feet empty. It was all cleaned out. Just amazing to look at.
Yeah.
So I never worked at Boeing, but I did get to tour some of their plants, and the one in Everett, Washington here, it's the one of the the biggest factories they have, and you see these tricycles all over the place, and just the employees just grab one and ride it to wherever they need to go, and then abandon it, and somebody else rides it somewhere else. They have hundreds of these trikes all over the factory. It's pretty neat.
Those were all built by Schwinn. Schwinn had a bicycle named the Tradesman, and it had a little wire basket in the back where you can put a tool bag and some of your stuff, and just cruise it around. That's pretty common. A lot of the studios have them too, and they send them over to the art department, and they get repainted and pinstriped, and they're pretty durable little bicycles. But the studios use those a lot, and they get all pimped out over there over at the art department.
At Google's campus down here, they had bikes painted in the Google colors and all over the campus. But yet the high schoolers, my son included, go down there and steal the bikes. And they get in the neighborhood. What the hell? Get that thing out of here, stupid.
That's funny.
Chuck, did you ever see one of their autonomous cars that Google is
No.
testing?
No.
Those are
I mean,
scary.
they literally took an egg and held it up to the drafting board and then drew a circle around it. There's the car shape. Oh, they're the funniest thing you ever seen.
That scares the hell out of me.
Yeah.
A car that drives itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, making all the decisions, you know. Uchel, what part of? I am actually in Washington State, not North Carolina. I am about hour and a half northeast of Seattle. I'm far away enough from the Seattle madness. I live in a small town, so I still get to enjoy the bigger properties. So I don't kind of like Bernie over there. I don't have neighbors close by. So yeah. But I grew up in Montana. I went to junior high school, and college in Montana, and I came out here and spent some time in Pennsylvania and Indiana, and I came back. So it has a lot of upsides, but just like anywhere else, downsides too.
I got some buddies that live in the Tacoma area. That's pretty close to you.
That's about, well, depending on the traffic, it can be as close as hour and a half, or it can be as far as 6 hours to get to.
Oh, yeah. Last time I was up there was no traffic, but it's been a while.
It's been pretty bad, but with the pandemic, a lot of people are working from home, so traffic hasn't been as bad as it normally is for the last year. But my wife runs construction projects, and she's got a couple projects in downtown Seattle, and so it's taking her hour and a half to get to downtown from our house.
Uchel, are you bilingual?
Yes, I was born in Korea.
Right.
13 years, and then we immigrated.
Great.
But my sisters would tell you that I don't speak Korean very well because what's funny is years back I did go back to Korea to visit some family, and I went shopping. My aunt and I went shopping, and I asked one of the ladies that worked there a question in Korean, and the worker there turns to my aunt and says, "He's not from around here, is he?"
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So you mentioned
What do you got there, Stan? You got a spool gun.
Construction.
I did. I just bought that for my 211. I thought I'd throw a picture of that up there. Yeah, I bought that for my Miller 211. That's the 150 amp spool gun. I had some gates I had to weld, and I didn't want to TIG weld the entire thing. So I've been practicing on it, and I've got some pretty good results, and just thought I'd show it to you. It does surprisingly well. It doesn't scrub like a regular TIG welder does. It doesn't have. You're plugging it into a DC machine basically. You don't get that nice alternating current.
Looks like it'll plug right into mine.
It plugs into any Miller 211. Now it's tricky to set up. I'm going to be doing a video on how to set that thing up. You got to do a bunch of stuff to calibrate the feed mechanism. You have to calibrate that spool gun to your machine so it feeds at the proper rate. You have to set the dial at like number 2 and then feed out a certain amount, and then set the dial to number 8 and feed out a certain amount. So basically you're teaching the gun to feed out a very specific amount of wire. You waste a lot of wire doing it.
Wow. Are you running straight argon with that?
It is straight argon, yes.
Okay.
And you have to, it's only on the push. You can't pull that gun like you do a MIG for steel.
Okay.
So what I do is I'll trigger it. It's got a little bit of post flow timer to it, about 5 seconds. So if you just give it a quick tap on the trigger, it'll start some argon flow, You get the gun down where you're going to work, and then pull the trigger again when you really mean it, and then start pushing your weld in. And then after you pull the trigger, you have no control over the heat like you do on a TIG, because you're on the pedal.
Yeah.
What you got is what you got. And if you're, aluminum, it doesn't like being cold. Preheating is almost mandatory to get you started. So.
Yeah, I'm still learning MIG. I just recently got that MIG machine, and I've stick welded since I was a kid, on and off. But
what'd you get?
I got a Miller-Matic 200. Let me bring you over there.
It's a big one?
Yeah.
Oh, big transformer machine. Okay. The 211's an inverter machine. It's only
There you go.
30% duty. Oh, I got you on a little tiny screen. I don't think I can blow you up. That's a nice machine. That's pretty new.
There you go. And then I got the old tombstone in the background there.
That thing will never die.
Yeah, I had to get a new gun for it. The one that it came with was just worn out. But yeah, that was $500.
Oh, you got that machine for $500?
Yeah,
Totally worth it.
yeah. My buddy actually had found it on Craigslist, and he was looking for a spool gun machine, so he bought that one thinking he'd pick up a spool gun. And then a week later, he found a SnapOn machine with a spool gun for $500. I don't know where he gets these deals. So
you got a smoking deal on that machine.
Yeah.
Even if it had
he called me up and goes, "Hey, just pay me what I paid for it. It's yours."
Right. I put I got an old Miller Whiteface. It's a 160 Miller-Matic MIG, but that thing is that thing's got to be 600 pounds. It's a pig. The lifting lug in the middle is bolted directly to the transformer down inside the machine, and it's great on the job site. I put a 20-foot Tweco gun on it and a lead line, because you roll it around a job site and sometimes you got to go up on the ladder to work on a conveyor or something. So you need that long lead to get up there to work, and it was great. The only reason I bought the 211, I had to weld some stainless steel 32 feet in the air. So we loaded up the big Miller, the 160. We got it up on the scissor lift with we used a forklift to put it on the scissor lift.
Oh yeah.
And I drug my bottle up there. Then I got my fat ass up on the scissor lift, and then the scissor lift wouldn't go up. So I said, we're out of business here. I can't get up there to weld that. So I went out to a local Matheson Gas, and as it turned out, Miller was having some rebate thing on the 211, and they had one right there on the floor. It was their display model, and that was the only one they had. I said, I'll take it. I don't care. I need it now. I was out of town. I was up in Livermore. Chuck, you've been to that job, that place where you got the stainless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I had to buy that. That's where I had to buy that little 211 just for that job. That big washer that you saw, I had to weld that stainless up in the air, and I couldn't get my big Miller up high enough. So that's what the 211's for. The 211 is like a suitcase. You just put that thing on the scissor lift, and I think it weighs 45 pounds. It doesn't weigh much. Good little inverter machine though.
Nice.
I need help, advice. Anybody have suggestions on how to drill a hole in a porcelain shower tile?
Yes, I've done it. Hold on one second.
So I'm in coring bits with water. And
because I use a regular masonry bit on it, just walks, didn't even touch it.
Right. Here's what you want, Dave. You can get these at Home Depot. You can get the kit like this. It's got a little plastic water holder, and it comes with adhesive. You can glue it. If you're doing it on the wall, you can glue this right on the wall, and then it's got a sleeve. You pop through here, and then you can run the bit. If I get this in here right, I just did a bunch of these.
What
Yeah,
bit is it?
It's a little diamond. There's
Oh, it
two
is.
sizes. You got to be careful. I had to do get it in frame here. I had to do 1/4 inch. So they sold the small one here. I'll get it in the camera. They sold the small one as 1/4 inch, but it wasn't. It was just slightly under. So then I had to go back and buy another one to get the true 1/4 inch. But it's just a little diamond core drill,
Okay.
and then it goes through that stuff like butter.
Dave,
Yeah,
Dean somehow knew you were gonna ask that question, and Dean was prepared. He had it ready.
Right.
He had
Yeah.
it in
He
his
was on
hand.
it, wasn't he? And when
That's
you
all I
use
have
it,
to put in.
and use it in a regular drill, do not use it with a hammer drill.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Makes
It'll
sense.
shatter
Yeah.
that tile.
Is that expensive? I hope not.
$25.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's okay. Because I've got to put up these shower doors, and they are heavy.
That's what
My
I was
daughter and
doing.
I, all we could do to carry 1 pound. Like, whoa. So they're going to be on pulleys on a rod, and so I got to get this rod up there really solid somehow.
That sounds familiar, Dave. I've been there. That was
Oh, yeah?
a project a
Jeez.
year ago.
All right. Because yeah, I'm afraid of cracking the tile that's already on the wall. All right. Well,
So
off to Home Depot.
does anybody know the answer to Flathead Ron's question? I'm kind of interested because I also have a Miller Thunderbolt myself.
What is a Miller Thunderbolt? Is that a multi-process machine? What is that?
That is no, it's an old transformer based stick welder, AC/DC.
I think they're just AC, aren't they? Or
Thunderbolts, but I don't know if they made just AC, but AC/DC is more common. My one I have is AC/DC.
oh, okay, because I started with a Thunderbolt, and it was
Wonder.
about as basic as you can get. One crank on front for your adjustment, and that was it. Strictly AC.
Strictly
Yeah.
AC? Wow.
AC.
Oh, DC. I believe that. Oh, there's a Facebook.
Randy.
Hi, guys.
Hold on, guys. My compressor just went off.
Hey, Randy.
I'm having to do this from my phone.
Guys,
I don't know if this is going to work very good.
on the question, you guys hear me on the TIG welder question?
Yeah.
Can you? Question? Oh, Stan's got it.
What's that?
On the TIG welder question, I got a high frequency converter box. I just recently, by accident, deleted my live videos. I showed how I hook up your stick welder to a high frequency converter for old time stick conversion. And I had it on my YouTube site, and I deleted one live video, and YouTube deleted all my live videos.
Really?
Oh
Anyway,
man.
you can see my setup over there. I can give you a quick rundown if you got time. You got to get yourself. I got an AC/DC. This can be your Lincoln buzz box. It could be any AC buzz box. And then you got to get yourself a high frequency box. And it's very simple. I got it set up on a big AC welder also. The only setback when converting a stick to TIG is you can't have a pedal control for heat. So what I have is a ground disconnect. So when you come to the end of your TIG weld, my ground disconnects. Let me pull my camera off. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can do that. No, we can't. I got to take the stand with me. All right. Okay, let's get closer. I got to take the stand with me. But you can see down here, I'm zooming in. You see that pedal on the floor? Got to get a knife and cut this off. Oh, well, there we go. You see that pedal on the floor there? I can't.
Hard to see. Hard to see, Al.
There we go. There we go. We're getting it. There it is. See, that disconnects my ground.
Oh, okay.
So that when you're at the end of the TIG weld, you got to break the arc without pulling the torch away. You can't pull it away like stick. Anybody who's TIG welded knows you'll ruin your weld. So when I come to the end of the weld, I just hit my foot pedal there, and it disconnects my ground, and the arc goes out. Now, if you're welding aluminum on AC, all you have to do is have a foot switch, which I have right under there. I have a foot switch. So if you're welding aluminum on AC and you want to discontinue the arc, you just shut off the high frequency converter with that foot switch, and the arc will go out. The AC will not run without the high frequency. So you can use a buzz box to TIG weld. I do all my, I could have the best
See you, Chuck.
TIG welder in the world in there. I don't do that much welding. Right? So yeah, you can convert it. Harbor
That's
Freight
good.
even has a lot of the, and they're giving a short. Here we go. But you can do it. I mean, I like the old school equipment. You can go out and buy a regular TIG welder. It does have all the bells and whistles. I had it at the welding school. I had it in industry. But for at home here, this is fine for me. I do a lot of intricate stuff with this, and the biggest thing you really need is experience, because you can adjust your heat. You have to preset your amperage at hand. Other than that, I don't have any hamper using this setup I got here. It's kind of a Rube Goldberg setup on it. But I just do bench welding, and it suffices for me. But you can use a stick welder to TIG. Questions, class?
Thanks, Al. That's quite a setup.
Yeah.
Really?
Al, I think you should go.
I've been out of the
You should
school
do a
for 2
video
years.
and go in depth on that.
Definitely.
On what part?
All
That
of it.
was the thing. That was the thing that got deleted last week. On the 17th of January, I deleted one live video from YouTube, and I clicked the box. You are deleting one live video. You are deleting one live video, and I clicked it. It deleted all my live videos. I had this. I went over all this, what I just tried to do in a half-assed way, but I had it all up there, and a damn YouTube deleted it. And I know I didn't do it myself. I clicked one, and it says you are deleting one video. It was the last live video I did. I didn't like it, and it deleted all the other ones. I had like about 4 or 5 on the click, and the high frequency, and all that stuff. But
That's fun.
I do some. I mean, here's some examples of my TIG welding. You can see that I'm not having. Here's some examples of my TIG welding. I don't have any problem with that pedal. I don't need to control the amperage because it comes from experience. Thin aluminum would be a problem with my setup. That would be a problem. Thin aluminum under 1/8, but I can weld 1/8.
Hey, Randy, you got some food on your mustache there, buddy.
No, I don't.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah,
Of course I
I
do.
don't have
Good
those
soup
videos
here.
up there. I'll do a video in the future, guys.
Okay.
You getting any snow up there, Randy?
There we go. Yeah,
What's that, Dean?
it's
You getting any snow up there?
I'm thawing out.
We did a little bit yesterday, and we're expecting about 8 inches here this evening here.
Whoa.
No, that's okay. That's
We've
a
been
fair
without
amount.
power for a week.
Oh
we've been
man.
without power for a week. We just got it back late yesterday or early evening yesterday.
Yeah,
Well,
from
you had
the big windstorm, right?
Yeah, pretty bad, really bad. Lots
You
of
had
people
that
got shut off
generator you
houses.
put in though.
Oh yeah, it's been running almost. We turn it off at night, but it's been running for a week. Yeah, it's a good deal
Now,
having a generator.
Did you use up all your propane?
Yeah, matter of fact, we got pretty low, down to about 20%. Propane came yesterday, just before they restored power, a few hours before they restored it. So
Yeah, they don't give that stuff away anymore.
no, they
No.
don't.
Well,
No.
Dean, nobody
So-
has your kit except for Lowe's, and you have to order it. Nobody has any diamond cutters or drills in stock.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm sure Dean will be happy to send it
If
to
you
you.
were
Are you
closer,
self-promoting there,
I'd
Stan?
give you this one.
Stan, talk to us.
I tried a Dremel
Completely
diamond and it cut.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
I've got a page set up. I haven't put any videos on Rumble yet, but I set up an account.
Yeah, same
I
here.
got
Same
I
here.
got one video up. It's how to leave Facebook.
Well, so a few minutes ago, one of the viewers here commented and did ask a question. Do people here have plans to migrate to other platforms? So I guess this is a good segue. Maybe Stan, you can talk a little bit about Rumble, what your plan is.
Don't mention the name of
It's going
it.
to be a very slow transition for me, and I'm going to be on YouTube saying it without really saying it because they're going to pick up on those words. So maybe we'll flash it on the screen a little bit and try to get some people to migrate over there. I rely very heavily on YouTube for the summer bash. And if I just dispel all that right now and just let everyone fly away, then everyone loses contact for that event. And I want to keep the event going. So I'm gonna be double posting for quite some time to make the transition. I'll be posting on this platform as well as the other one. So I'll be doing double uploads. But until I see enough activity over on the other one, no plans on really getting out of this one. I don't know how everyone else thinks about it, or
Same.
how to transition over to it.
Well, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I was going to do the same.
Pretty much just kind of do a double post kind of thing, Randy.
Yeah, well, you can actually link your YouTube to the Rumble, but I don't know if that's the best way. I think I'll probably do a double post.
I couldn't figure out how to do one upload and make it go both places. I tried it and it didn't work.
Well, actually, I think you have to. Well, in the free version, you can't do it, but in the paid version, you can do it.
In the paid Rumble, did we lose Randy? Oh,
Yeah. I was reading up on the different copyrights. You know, you've got about 5 different choices when you post, and there's a lot there to try to understand. But they do have one of them that allows you to do both.
yeah. I was trying to understand a lot of their terminology is very different than it is here on YouTube. And I was trying to understand some of the things they were talking about. I'm not signed on with any third-party promoter or producer or anything like that. So, I'm free and clear there. So I own all the rights to my videos. I haven't signed those away. So that was one box I didn't have to check because they're asking that question. Have you given exclusive rights to your videos to any, I don't know if you've noticed they've got these production companies. And I'm sure over on Facebook or whatever, you've seen like Crafty Panda and all these little guys that do these little video shorts on how to do this or how to do that. And these are third-party promoters that are these YouTubers have signed over rights to that video to this third party. And from what I understand, if you sign rights over to Rumble, they're going to share 60% with you, but they're going to share your videos over any platform that they have a presence on.
Yeah, that's where you gotta pick the right licensing setting when you post.
And that's per video. Your whole channel's not locked down like that. It's per video. You can have one video that say, yes, I'll share it with Rumble and let them promote it. And then maybe your next one you don't want to. So it's per video. You don't have to do it across the board on the whole channel.
Yeah.
That's just what I've gotten from it. And I was talking to Keith Finner a little bit. He's actually already started a paid Rumble program. He's got one video up too, and he's been playing with it. But I had a conversation with Keith Finner yesterday about it, and we were just kind of going over what we've learned and trying to figure it out. It's very different.
Yeah. The weird thing that what I thought was strange is they actually show how much each creator is earning on that particular video, which is.
Well, I think that's optional. Keith's very transparent. He might have seen that checkbox and said, I don't care if people know how much I made. Let them know.
Well, Stan, in case you didn't know, you made 7 cents on that one video.
I did?
Yeah.
Come on over. I'll buy you a charmed blow pop or something.
I mean, Gene's right. I thought it was strange. I was looking at your video and below it, it says 7 cents. Yeah.
That's more than I made here.
Pack your bags, Mama. We're going out to dinner.
But to your point, I mean, I was checking out the platform, and it's so different. Just even as a viewer, it was challenging trying to figure out what does what. The terminologies are all different, and but I guess like anything else, it takes just a little time getting used to, right?
Yep.
I had a hard time just finding the how-to stuff. Where do you click for the show me how to do this?
Pretty quick.
Well, you call Stan if you want to figure it out. Stan, you just call him.
No, I don't have it all figured out.
Hey guys. Point of order. You know what? On the chat here, there's no room to type in chat. I'm on StreamYard site, and I can't fit in anywhere to get the chat. I'm seeing people asking questions, and I can't fit any chat in there. You can see.
Well, Al, you can't respond to the viewers' comments in StreamYard. You actually have to have the YouTube open simultaneously on something else and type through that.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, and make sure you mute the volume on the YouTube feed. Otherwise, you'll get the looping.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you guys, I moved to the shop and on a real computer here. The phone thing. Don't do the phone thing.
Randy, you sound way better. You too. How you doing?
All right.
Shark River said chats on the YouTube side.
That's right. Yeah, you got to chat on YouTube directly.
I just came over to see who's on the YouTube side here.
Hey, Randy, you got some food on this side now.
This guy, do I look a little better? Should I fix my eyebrows?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see Gary is Old Iron Machine Works is on the comments. How you doing, Gary?
Yeah, that part washing machine he's got, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that this morning.
Well, that and his Monarch that he picked up, I'm just drooling over that too. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, maybe I missed the memo, but everybody's picking up a Monarch lathe, except me.
Except you.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Uchel.
Any snow in the neck of the woods? If so, how deep? We were supposed to get some snow tomorrow, but that's been delayed till Wednesday. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we don't get much snow, but like 20 minutes east of us, you get 2 feet of snow. So that's just really weird. But I wish we would get some snow because, you know, I grew up in Montana and you get snow in the winter. I mean, it's winter till I remember one summer snowing in July, and I missed that, but we haven't gotten any.
Yeah, but in Montana, Uchel, it snows a foot, and 15 minutes later, the wind blows it away.
Exactly. I grew up in Great Falls, Montana, and that place is actually considered windier than Chicago. I mean, you have to lean like 45 degrees just so you don't fall over.
Yeah.
But you have a daughter that lives just outside of Great Falls, right, Randy?
Yeah, she lives in that's about 15 minutes. What's the name of it?
Vaughn.
In Vaughn, yeah, out there in Vaughn.
Totally not creepy that I know where she lives.
I don't know. I kind of think it's creepy, but hey, Maddie. Yeah, I have a lot of hair. Just don't cut your hair on your head, then you'd have more hair.
Maddie, I see he's online. I emailed you a link to this stream to get on.
That's funny. Randy has more hair on his mouth than he has on his head.
His mustache.
That's funny.
So, Stan, how's your new cart?
It's fun. I've been having a good time with it. I'm just using it as a neighborhood cruiser, and I'm going to take it out to job sites too. I got a little ladder rack on it. I can throw a ladder up there and some pipes, and the back seat folds down into a bed, and I can throw some tools and stuff back there and rip around job sites.
Is that
my neighbor looked at me and he said, "You're going to get fat."
Yeah. Is it street legal?
Well, it's electric, so there's actually a law on the books called a neighborhood electric vehicle. I'm not allowed on any streets that exceed 35 miles an hour. And you can cruise the neighborhood, and you don't have to buy any license for it or anything like that.
Oh, that's cool.
I think your neighbor was being kind to you, Stan, when he said you're going to get fat.
So they have cup holders and a phone mount.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yes, and yes.
Okay.
Hey, Randy, did you see my new lathe?
Yeah, I know. I'm more jealous than Uchel.
Well, I just thought I'd put that up on the screen and let you guys look at that for a little while.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, yeah.
You got it inside now, Stan, or is that still on the outside?
No, it's still pickled. It's sprayed down with Cosmoline, packed in desiccant, shrink wrapped, and tarped.
Yeah, I got a little closet knee mill out on the patio. Same thing. It's all sprayed down. I got 3 tarps over it. I'm hoping to make it a project with the grandsons maybe this summer to get it cleaned up, and it's going to go to their house.
This thing really doesn't need anything. It's ready to go the way it sits. I mean, it runs really nice. So,
How many horsepower motor is that, Stan?
it's a 10.
10, yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, Stan, just because I'm a nice guy, you want to clear that space off, give me a call. I'll be there tomorrow.
I'll let you know. Maybe I'll leave it to you in my will.
There you go.
Yeah, the guys that were asking about the tip setup, you can get these from Harbor Freight now. They're a standard 17 torch for like $95, and it comes with a lot of different accessories to hook it up to your stick welder. And then here I got this is what I used to use in industry. This is from like the 1960s. This is an air-cooled Airco torch. Okay, this thing is like 10 times more durable than anything you buy today, other than a water-cooled torch. And I picked this up on eBay, and This will run 160 amps and will never get hot. And you run 160 amps continuous with one of these, any of these imports, you're going to melt it up. We had the problem in the welding school with these 17 torches. Just the kids go crazy when they're aluminum welding. You got to use a lot of heat, and AC heats your torches up big time. And in a school, you'll rarely see a water-cooled torch because the kids will stick them with a tungsten and completely destroy them within an hour being out there. Usually. So most schools use an air cool. Most home shops use an air cool. But this is what you want to look out for on eBay. If you can find one like this, it'll last another 60 years or 50 years. Made in USA.